They're engaged. They're interested. They work with passion. We said, what does an engaged employee look like? Somebody said, they're passionate. They feel a profound connection to their company. I like being here. I want to be here. I don't want to be anywhere else at this point in my life. This is where I want to be. You saw last night in the co-creation video, somebody said at the end, he said, after this session, I have no doubt that I have made the right career choice. I love that statement. That's an engaged employee. They drive innovation because they're always thinking about how do we make it better, how do we make it better. 29% of the population, not the auto population, the population are engaged employees. Actively disengaged, they're not just unhappy at work, they're busy acting out their unhappiness. They undermine the other coworkers who want to do a good job because they see those people get away with it. And when I talk about actively disengaged, that also includes the people who are in it for themselves. One of the moments of truth in a sales department in a dealership is the guy who uses every technique to mislead, to fool, to do whatever to get the sale from the customer. Rampant in the car industry. You know what I'm talking about, right? And everybody in the dealership watches him. He sells more cars than anybody else in the dealership, but we know that he has no ethics. And everybody knows it. And they look to the sales manager to see if we are okay with that. And if they figure out that we're okay with that, they say, okay, fine. Why should I live up to a higher standard? It's rampant in the car industry. Absolutely rampant in the car industry. I'm not saying that your dealerships are not, but it's rampant in the car industry. Ask yourself if you've got people who are cutting corners and you're letting them get away with it because they're selling an awful lot. It's big. It's big. I say these people are actively disengaged too. So what do we do with these people? The point is that what we have to try to do is get these actively disengaged people up into at least not engaged. And get those not engaged people up into engaged. That's where our goal is. And if you can't get these actively disengaged people up to engaged, what do we do with them? You got to get rid of them. You send them to Honda. That's right. You really got to start making a choice. You got to figure it out. So we do coaching. We do all the other things we need to do. If we can get them up to not engaged, then we start working on getting them up to engaged. If you can't get them up to not engaged, they're going to kill you. They're a cancer on your organization. I once had somebody I was working with in a training session, and they came over to me describing an employee. They said, we coached her, we sent her to the EAP program, we did all this stuff, and she's still the way she is. And I said, so you did all that stuff? She said, yeah. I said, get rid of her. And she looked at me. I said, listen, I'm the last person in the world who wants to tell you to fire anybody. I said, but she's a cancer on your organization because people see that she gets away with stuff, she gets away with not working, she gets away with not being engaged, and then they say to themselves, why should I try? That's what it is. But always try your best to get them up to that not engaged place first before you think about getting rid of them, especially techs.